Um, okay, no, it's not. We are live, but it's yes, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, this is Liz Black Live, and I'm so happy to be with you all today. We were having technical difficulties, and I think everything is now okay. So, welcome. We're looking forward to hanging out with you today and giving you some information that you need. I am very excited. I need to actually let somebody know that they can use the same link that I sent them. I just had to come out and go in. I guess it was me that was messing everything up. What's going on, everybody? Come on. Make sure you check in now. I want to know where you're from, who you are, all that good stuff. So come on and check in now. Check in live. Check in, check in, check in, check in, and check in. We're going to be getting started shortly. I have some information I want to share with you about a concert that is coming up on this Friday. Can you stand it? An actual concert that is not virtual. Yeah, that's what's happening. So, look, I got so many things on in the office you wouldn't believe. So, I'm going to start cutting them off just so that they don't interfere with what we're doing here. So again, check in and say hi. Let me see who's here so far. What's up, DJ Rich? Thank you so much for checking in. We're talking about the census today, and there's a concert that is coming up on this Friday. Lavette, how you doing? Good to see you. Good evening to you too. If you're there, come on and say hi. I promise. Don't be scared. I won't bite you. So I'm not sure if you all saw the flyer. Did y'all check out the flyer that I had on my Facebook page? I guess that's what you saw to get you here into this event. Well, it is coming up on this Friday. I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to come on in the room and we'll get a chance to talk about it. But we're going to be talking about this tonight. Counted in Faith. Yes. And it's a free event, but we need you to make sure you're signing up for the census. So we'll get into that. And I'm going to move right into it. I'll come back. If you have questions, we'll take your questions tonight. And I want to bring the project manager. Oh, we saying hi. Hi, Michael. How you doing? Big Mike, how are you? Helen, how you doing? Nice to see you. If you're here, just say hi. I like to know that you're here. It's always nice to know that you're in the place. All right, so what I want to do now, I want to bring up somebody who is making sure that this concert has come together, making sure that it was a gospel concert. She is actually the project manager with Canva, and Canva is making sure that our census count. You saw it, it says counted in faith. So I want to bring Donna Perry to the show. Hey, Donna.
Hi.
How you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm
Thank you
happy
so
to
much for
see
having
you.
me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me host this wonderful event that's getting ready to go down. Let's
Yes,
start with
ma'am.
what is the census?
Yes. So the census is it is something that was created by law, by the Constitution over I would say 100 years ago. Forgive me if I'm a little wacky on my history, but the census is something that happens every 10 years in our country. And so, what that means is that every 10 years, we are required to get a count of every single person that lives in the United States of America. And what happens after that count is received is the federal government then takes that count to determine how federal funding is allocated into each state. And then each state takes that funding and they allocate it to each city and each local municipality for things like infrastructure, for things like schools, for things like emergency health services. And we'll get into that a little later, especially with COVID looming. For things like federal resources, emergency funding, food stamps, WIC, every single thing that you could possibly think of, right, is relegated by the census and by how many people are actually on record for living in a community.
Now I want to come back to that, but at the bottom of the screen, I do have my2020census.gov. That is where
Yes.
you go and you sign in
And
for
you
your
respond
census.
to
And
the census. So we are in the self-respond stage right now.
okay, but I want to make sure they pull off that. What do they get at the end? A receipt.
Yes. So you're
So
gonna get a
you'll.
confirmation.
All right, that confirmation is very important for you to get into the concert.
Crucial.
So if some of you all are going over there trying to fill it out now, no, listen to what we say, then go over there and make sure you get your receipt and confirmation that you filled
Yes.
out your census, because you're going to need that to get on into the concert, because there's a certain amount of people that can come in. Of
Yes.
course we're wearing masks, and of course we're social distancing, but if you don't have that confirmation, baby, I'm sorry, but you won't be
She's
able
still on the
to get
sidewalk.
in. Yeah, no, they won't hear it quite the same, Donna. They won't hear it quite the same. So, all right, so Donna, we talk. All right, so the census will help with education and food stamps and infrastructure. Why would someone not fill this out?
Very good question. There are a lot of reasons why people don't want to fill out the census, especially people of color, right? And especially people who are immigrants or undocumented. Those are people that are generally people in our communities that need the services the most, that tend to be weary about filling out the census. We know that people of color are very skeptical about big government. We know that. But so what tends to happen is that people think that they don't want to fill out the census because they don't want the government in their business. Because they don't want the government to know how many people they have in their home, or you might have put on one application that you have a certain amount of people in your house, but
But
you
you
really
don't
don't.
put your name on it though, do you? Do you put your
You
name
you
on it?
do your name and your age and your date of birth is on the census, but no additional information, no identifying information such as your social security number is on the census form. The census does not ask you for your income. The census does not ask you for your social security number. The census does not ask you for any of those things. We just want to know how many people are in your household and how many people are in your community so that we can count those people. It doesn't ask you anything about immigration status. None of those things matter to the United States Census. And not only that, um, as we go into the next phase of the enumeration process, where you'll see door knockers, those people cannot share any of your information, and the census cannot share any of your information with any government entity. So if I, for example, came and knocked on your door to do the count for you because you did not respond to the census, I would not be able to share that information. That's a fine of up to $25,000 and jail time if I were to do that. So no one is going to risk their freedom to give up your information for the census.
Right. Now, Rosalind told you to turn your volume down a little bit.
Okay, Rosalind is probably my mother. Hi,
It's
Mom.
possible. What's going on? I'm just putting up a couple of people that are here saying, hey, hey, Darren, how you
Yes,
doing?
Rosalind Baum is my
Good
mother.
to
Hi,
see you
Mom.
all. Good to see you all. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you all had a chance to check in. I appreciate you all being here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so um, there's a gospel concert that's gonna happen, and we will bring in one of the artists shortly. It looked like he was having a little technical difficulties. Now, how often do we do the census?
The census is taken every 10 years.
So if we miss this,
That's it for 10 more years.
the money that is given to you and your
10 years.
community,
10
that's
years. Yes,
that's the
10
money
years.
that is broken down over 10 years. Hi, how are you
10,
coming in through the door and back of Donna?
that's my daughter.
Okay, everybody's coming to help you.
Okay, close the door. Okay,
Did she know
thank
we were
you.
doing a commercial? We doing commercial. We getting census done. Y'all, if you just checking in, come on and say hi, please. All right, so
Lord Jesus.
Donna, why a gospel concert?
So, for me, um, I am from the community of faith. I'm from the faith community. I am a member of Brown Memorial Baptist Church in
All
Brooklyn, New
right.
York. Shout out to Brown Memorial Baptist Church.
Yes.
I miss my church. We have not been together to fellowship for 6 months now. And I
Wow.
miss my church. I miss my pastor, Reverend Clinton Miller. Miss them dearly. So what um for me, a gospel concert was simply important because when we look at the numbers, when we look at our hardest to count communities, when we look at our communities of color, much of our cues comes from the faith community. Much of our cues comes from our pastors, our bishops, our apostles, right? And so a lot of times what happens when we talk about civic engagement is that we have found that people of faith really take their cues from their pastor, take their cues from their bishop, they take their cues in spaces where they feel safe, where they feel trusted. When we look at the history of the civil rights movement, all of those things happen and they started in basements of churches, right? And so these are communities and spaces where people feel like they can trust you saying, sure, you should take the census. And so
Okay.
for me, I felt that a gospel concert was really, really necessary because we are really going through some turbulent times.
We are.
And, we have schools opening, we have businesses opening, but the church cannot open its doors right now. And the
But
church
thank
and
God
people,
we are the church,
but we
right?
are the
Thank
church.
God. And we're
And
going
as
to
you
bring it.
always say, don't just go to church, be the
Be
church.
the
And
church.
so I'm so grateful that we are the church. But I think that at this moment and at this time, we need to come together. We need this opportunity to come together. We need praise. We need worship. We need to be counted, right? But we also need to be able to activate our faith. And we need to, so when the opportunity came for us to have an outdoors concert and be responsible and be socially distant, I said, we need a gospel concert. We need to bring the people of God together.
Okay.
And we need to really, really come together and stand together as a community of faith to let the
Yeah.
enemy know that we will be counted, to
We
let the
will be
enemy
counted.
know that no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and to
Yes.
let the enemy know that we are here. Because a lot of federal funding, we were completely eliminated from a lot of federal funding with a lot of the PPLs, and we were eliminated. We were not given our own budget. So, we need this and we need these opportunities for our churches to be heard, for our
Okay.
faith communities
Wait,
to be heard.
Donna. We have an artist that is on the concert.
To be
So
now.
I want to bring him on, none other than Trayvon Perry. Trayvon, how you doing?
Hey, Auntie Liz, Donna, how y'all doing?
Everybody's good.
Hey,
So
What's
Trayvon,
going on?
you're on this concert on Saturday.
Friday.
I'm sorry,
Friday.
Friday. Dang. Friday starting at 6 o'clock, correct? 6 to 9. We are going to be in Brooklyn. And Trayvon, so you're a part of it. I guess you're bringing out the whole group. DP is going to be in the house.
Yeah, I'm bringing out some troopers.
All right. Now, let me just say this to everyone watching. We will have on masks and we will be social distancing. Don't think because
Amen.
we need the census that we're going to be crazy and not do the right thing. So,
And
Trayvon, why?
Right.
disposable microphone covers. They just came
Yes.
to go.
I'm not sharing my microphone. I'm just.
I'm bringing my Lysol.
All right, Trayvon, why did you feel that this was a concert you wanted to be a part of?
Well, for one, during this pandemic, I've just been keeping busy, focusing on my own music and a radio show and things of that nature. When I got the opportunity and the call from Donna, and she broke it down to me about how important the census is, and I felt like this was something that I needed to be a part of, because I too was a bit of a skeptic in years past about the census, and then when I dove in and found out the knowledge of it and how many things that we were missing out on in our communities, I wanted to become like a personal spokesperson for it. So I said, you know, something like this, I think it's meaningful. This is definitely not a time to be doing anything that is not meaningful. So when we spoke more about it and got to the nitty gritty of it, I said, I would love to be a part. I dare not miss this. I want
Amen.
to be counted.
You want to be counted. I want you to turn your phone horizontal.
Is it me?
Turn your phone.
Like this?
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's exactly what I needed, Trayvon.
It's better?
That's better. At least, yeah. At least you're there with us now. I mean, you're larger than us for some reason, but it's okay. Now, when
Am
you
I?
come out, what can we expect from you on Friday night?
We encouragement during the time like this. This is what we need. Okay, we don't need nothing else but encouragement and some strength to make it through to this next state, or whatever God has for us next. And we all know strong victory right about now is what we need. So I'm coming to encourage the folk and hopefully inspire somebody to you know become knowledgeable about the census and stand up and be counted.
Stand up and be counted. We love it. We're going to give you all the information, Vanessa. Vanessa is saying right now, where is it? When is it? It's a free concert. We're going to give you the
Hmm.
link because you must register. But the only way you can
Yes.
register is after you get your confirmation from filling out your census. So we need everyone to fill out the census at the bottom of the screen. It doesn't matter if you're in New York, New Jersey, Alabama, Florida. That's where you go to sign up. You find your state, and then you're able to fill out the census. So you can't just come to this event. We do have a specific amount of people that we're able to allow in because of the COVID 19. We are going to be wearing masks and social distancing, but it's very important that you register. I hate turning anybody away. So I really, today, we need to get some numbers. We need some people to fill out their census today. Don't wait till the last minute. Donna, what is it? September 30th is the cutoff? September
Yes. So
29th?
originally, the date for the census was extended to October 30th as a
All right.
result of COVID. Unfortunately, the federal government, I'm really doing my best to not
Yeah,
be
do your
political.
best.
The federal government decided that they were not going to keep the date that they originally gave. And so now we've been cut
Okay.
off by 30 days.
So that gives means we have to work that much harder.
That
Trayvon,
means
we're
that the count has to be on the desk of President Donald J. Trump by October. And
no September, right?
September 30th is the last day
Right.
for the count. And
Okay.
then the census team gets all of the count together and presents that count and
Okay.
Hmm.
says, this is how many people we
Okay.
have.
All right.
And so if you are not counted, that is $28,000 a person over the course of 10 years
Okay.
that your state does not receive for you.
All right.
And Brooklyn is in last place.
Uh, we're gonna get back into that. I just want to make sure, Trayvon, that you give everybody your social media before you go.
Instagram is Trayvon Perry. Twitter at Trayvon Perry. I'm sorry, Instagram is Trayvon Perry underscore. And Facebook, Trayvon Perry and Divine Purpose. Keep up with us. Please do not take this census thing lightly. There was a few hospitals closed in the community, recently just because of those census not being filled out. There are all types of programs that would normally be afforded to us that we are not receiving because we're not being counted. So it is extremely imperative that you make sure you fill out your census form.
Okay. Well, that's very important. And Trayvon, I'll see you on Friday.
I see you too, Auntie. All
All
right,
right.
guys.
Bye bye. I'll reach out to you. All right. So Donna, each person is $28,000. Okay. So if you don't say I got four people in my household, or you don't fill it out, those four people are not accounted for. That's over $100,000 not given.
Correct.
Okay. That's
But we
bad.
still have to take care of you. The government still has to provide for you. Your state still has to provide for you. You still have to get police protection. You're still entitled for your children to go to school. Children were the least counted in the 2010 census. And so all of those children that were under 5 in 2010 are now are now
Able
15
to,
and older.
and
And they
right.
all need financial aid to go to school, to go to college. They all need help with virtual learning. They all need those things. And the census makes sure that that's possible. That federal funding is crucial to making sure that those children receive what they have. So even if you were born on April 1st of 2020, you still count. And if your parents don't fill out the census, that means that over the course of 10 years, when you're in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, those pivotal moments,
Uh-huh.
that's funding that we're not receiving for that child.
Okay. So now what I want to do is open up for any questions. And Vanessa is saying she will make sure her family members have filled out the census as well. Now, Vanessa said she filled out her census. So is it too late for her to get a confirmation so that she can come to the concert?
So she should be able to go back and take a look and see if she received her confirmation. If not, Sister Vanessa can reach out to me directly, and we'll see how we can what we can do to help accommodate her.
Look at that, Vanessa. God done hooked you up like that. All right, so the concert, let me show you all the flyer in case you haven't seen it. The concert is this Friday. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. It's at the Brooklyn Restoration Plaza. That is what, 1368 Fulton Street, correct? Black
Yes,
Lives Matter.
inside of
Sorry.
on the grounds of the new Black Lives Matter mural.
Yes, and we're excited about that. So we thank Canva for really coming forward and understanding the importance of the faith-based community. Donna, we thank you also. What I want to do is for those of you, all right, so I need you to write down my2020census.gov because that's where you go fill it out. Let's all fill it out today. Let's make a dent just in being on here tonight. Let's not wait till the concert the night before Thursday night, you hustling trying to get your reservation. Let's do that tonight. So this is the information that you need to once you get your confirmation, you have to go over to Eventbrite and you're going to register at Count in It in Faith. Count in
Counted
It
in
in
faith.
Faith
Yes.
.eventbrite.com. And when you go there, you will be able to register RSVP for the concert that is on Friday. You must have a mask. You don't have a mask, you're not getting in. And
More
it is
importantly,
outdoors.
not only will you have to have a mask, we are taking temperatures. We are keeping everybody, no one will say that they got sick at the concert that Donna Perry had anything to do
Donna Perry's event.
with. Nobody. Yes, we are going to plan to stream it live on Facebook through Canva's Facebook page. So you should definitely follow Canva's Facebook page. It's simply CAMBA.
Okay.
But we're also going to be taking temperatures. We are going to be doing temperature checks in order for you to get into the Memorial Square. So if you do have a fever, we'll allow, because it will be hot. If you do have a fever, we'll give you a little time to get you some water, maybe cool down. You might be overheated, right? But if you come back and you get your temperature checked again, and
You
your
can't come
temperature
in.
is over, you will not be able to enter into the square. And that is the
Okay.
extra measure of precaution that we are taking. We have over 2,000 masks that will be available, that will be given out, as well as over 50 gallons of hand sanitizer.
I'm
We
about to
do
take
have,
a bath in it.
yes, we also have social distance ambassadors that will be on hand just in case you get a little slain in the spirit and you forget that you blew too close. We'll come on and help you just spread out and spread the love and just spread out a little bit. So we definitely want to make sure that we reiterate that it is our goal to make sure that the people of God are super duper safe at this time.
Okay, we appreciate that. Do anybody out there have any questions? So we are streaming it live. I know some of you are gonna use that as a reason not to come out, but don't use it as a reason not to fill out the census. Don't just sit there and watch it and then you didn't fill the census out. I'm going to know who you are because God's going to show me in the spirit, and then I'm going to send you a message on Facebook. Come on, we got to
Please.
do the right thing.
It's so crucial that we fill out the
census. Let me pull that up one more time so you guys know where you're going. It doesn't matter where you live. Please fill out the census. Let your voice be heard. Be counted for.
Be counted.
And we want to give a shout out to Senator Kamala Harris, who has been picked as the running mate VP with Joe Biden as vice president. So we want to continually keep
definitely have her in our prayers.
Lifted in prayer. All right, so I don't see any questions right now. Some of y'all just watching. How many of you already filled out your census? Let me know. Go ahead, do a thumbs up or a punch or something to let me know that you've already filled out your census. We do want to make sure you've done that. We didn't want to keep you on here long. We just wanted to give the information and have something for Donna to be able to share out if people have additional questions. We have all the information at the bottom, my2020census.gov. And then once you get that confirmation, then you're going to go over to Eventbrite and you're going to put in Count It in Faith.
Counted. So we should actually, it's actually counted. COUNTED in faith. Eventbrite.com.
Okay. Counted it in faith over at Eventbrite. Any questions? Now's a good time before we go. Oh, okay. You did yours in North Carolina, Sherry. Good. Okay.
That's awesome. Come on, North Carolina. Y'all got to stay counted down there and wear your mask. Get the numbers down. Come on. We know you can do it, North Carolina.
All right. So, Donna, is there anything you want to say? Because we're going to close out.
I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to partner with us on this awesome cause. It's just so super important that we get counted. Thank you to our artists, to Tonya Lewis Taylor, to Reverend and Pastor David Wright, to Trayvon Perry, to Peter DeBerry. If you never heard Gospel by Violin, oh my goodness. To Senator Zelma Myrie, as well as Council Member Robert Cornegie, and to the best BP, Eric Adams. I probably shouldn't have said that, but anyway, to Eric Adams, thank you so much. And to Canva for agreeing to partner and to seeing the importance of our faith-based community. We love you, we miss you, and I just can't wait to worship with each and every one of you on that day. And thank you, Pamela Smith, so much for
hosting. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
All right, so I think that is it. We are closing out. Donna, thank you again. You guys have to register. You have to RVP. We just want to be able to come together. Look, it's just going to be nice to give God the praise. I don't care if I have to wear a mask and I have to be separated. I care that I have to be separated because I'm usually hugging you all. I
totally
can't hug you on that day. But
I'll give you a fist bump.
Yeah, fist bumps, and I'll be blowing kisses. That'll be enough for me. I don't even have to do the fist bump. Kisses through the mask. So I got nothing but love for you all. And if there's anything else, Donna, now would be the time or forever hold your peace.
No, we're fine. We just can't wait to see everybody on Friday from 6 to 9. Thank you so much.
That's right. And we will be in Brooklyn. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Thank you so much, Donna. I really appreciate all that you've done and having me come on and be a part. And it's going to be a great time. We're going to have nice weather in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. Well, I want to thank everybody for being a part of Liz Black Live. You know I got nothing but love for you. And until next time, go in peace, grow in grace. Don't just go to church. Be the church.
Liz Black, inspirations for Liz. Tell somebody she's